A very good morning and thank you very much for joining us on GBS Morning Extra. It is the second day of the month of September 2019. We're glad that you have joined us, and we're also happy that the Almighty God has given us another month so that we can continue with nation building. My name is Timothy Omondi. Welcome aboard. Today we start with the news on the closure of the census exercise. According to the government reports, about 95% of Kenyans participated in the exercise. Those who had not participated when the curtains were coming to a draw on Saturday were advised by the government to call the toll number that was provided by the government to contact the Kenya Bureau of Statistics for enumeration before the end of the day, that is on Saturday. Let's listen in to this press conference held by the government just about the closure of the exercise on Saturday.
And we also like to take this opportunity to thank the media for the extensive coverage of the census and for highlighting areas that needed intervention from the implementation team. So we thank you very much for you have really played that role. Because whenever you look at the party, this need to listen to a regular list, issues of the census were being highlighted. So we are very grateful for that. And therefore, we are asking everyone who has not been counted to report through the toll number, the toll-free number, which is 08 00 22 1020. I repeat again. 08 00 22 1020. So, everyone is counted. Those who have tried to recite or hinder others from being counted have faced the full force of the law. The suspects who are apprehended from different parts of the country for various offenses have actually been arrested in court. That we have actually noted that the country has remained calm and secure throughout the census. So they have not been a major incident during the census process. We also thank the National Police Service and other security agencies for maintaining law and order in the country during the census period. And therefore, as I conclude, we appeal for patience as the data collected is being processed. I thank you.
On to other news now. The National Youth Service participated in a mind education program held by the International Youth Fellowship. A total of about 27 officers, top senior officers, participated in the one-week-long event wherein they finally got to be feted with certificates. The certification event was presided over by the new NYS DG.
The key reason why we are brought here is to understand mind education. And when we were entering, we saw a post out there that was saying, change your mind, change your life, and then change the world. And then when we saw a lot of crosses here, we had mixed feelings. We thought we are coming to church, and we were wondering why Madam was taking us to church. But when we came here, after getting several lectures from our able Mwalimu, Mr. Henry, and the other participants, we have really embraced what is mind education. And when we are going to leave this place, be assured that the mind education we've learned here is going to unlock the minds of these officers. It will give them a mind that will bring out structured thinking. And when they have a structured mind, it will be able to diversify how they view their thinking.
So I can assure you, the change is going to be seen as effective as from now. It's only that they cannot speak all of them, but from the analysis that we have, and I was also going through some of them, there's already reconciliation within their family setup. This is from the write-up that they have done themselves. And not only this, but also the group that we trained from Russia have been receiving calls, and also continuously we've been working with them. Within the span of 1 week, there's already a perspective of change. So, sir, it is with no doubt that for sure this mind education will help, especially at this particular time, in terms of transformation, that they are going to be the pillars and the ambassadors of change.
As one of the participants has just stated, a person with a stable mind is a person with a stable performance. NYS performance is going to change. You agree with me, participants? We are going to produce food for this country. We are going to produce or churn out youth who are stable in mind.
NYS is also going to be the best organization, the government, parastatal, especially also changing the minds of the young people and the youth. And through them, I believe that this nation is going to change. Why? Because our mindset is changed and different.
As we undergo transition as national youth service, the mindset training is positive thinking, which will culminate in improved production among its members and staff of the service.
Well, moving on from that now to a very matter that has become very elusive and evoked mixed reactions from around the country, from different factors of the country. Environment Cabinet Secretary Keriako Tobiko will face members of Parliament this week to shed more light on the planned Phase 2 eviction of persons from the Mau Forest. The National Assembly Cabinet Committee on Environment and Natural Resource want Mr. Tobiko to appear before it and give more information before the eviction is conducted. Kericho Senator Aaron Cheriot slammed Tobiko for alleging that title deeds owned by the Maasai Mau Trust land occupants are fake. At the same time, leaders from the Rift Valley continue to express divergent views and disapprovals towards the planned government evictions. Also, at the same time, we have Maasai cattle rearers or herders who live in the Mau, who about 60 families voluntarily offered to leave the Mau forest.
Msito kwa sababu ya kuhifadhi mazingira. Kwa sababu vile serikali wameamua mazingira ihifadhiwe, na tumeunga serikali mkono ahifadhiwe mazingira kwa sababu ya maneno ya inji kukauka kwa sababu ya Mau Forest. Maasai Mau ni sehemu inashikilia Kenya mzima, vile vile inashikilia hata inji zingine kama Tanzania na kwingine. Kwa hivyo vile tuko hapa, tumeamua kama jamii, tulikuwa sisi ni grupu moja tunaishi pale na jamii yetu, tumeona kabisa hatuna haja tungoje serikali aje atufurishe. Tumesema afadhali tutoke kwa sababu ya hiyo wito. Tumeona serikali leo wamejiame na kuamua kuhifadhi mazingira, na tumeona sio mtu yeyote inaonewa. Sisi tukiwa jamii wa Maasai, sisi ndio wafugaji na tunashunga ng'ombe pale, tuko na jamii yetu pale, na tumeamua kutoka huko kwa sababu ya kuhifadhi.
Sasa tukiambiwa kwamba tunataka conserve environment, tunataka restore Mau for the sake of our people, then I wonder what people are we talking about if the people we have are being chased out like rats and cats?
We want to ask CS Keriako Tobiko to spare the country of his hubris arrogance and foolishness. Excuse my language, but how else would you describe a man who is engaged in the kind of charade that Tobiko is engaged in, conning the entire country that he is conserving the environment, yet all he is up to is ethnic profiling. A fraudster of unimagined proportions. In fact, I owe fraudsters an apology for comparing to a man worse than them. I need to find a more befitting title, but first, let us deal with the issues at hand. If CS Kobiko was keen on finding out the truth about these title deeds, he would have simply walked or called his colleague at the land ministry and established the validity of these title deeds and allotment letters that these Kenyans have. He would have known by now that the same government that he serves in is in court trying to cancel those title deeds. If they were fake, as he claims that they are, then what is government doing in court trying to cancel a fake title deed?
Now, moving on to the corridors of justice, the Nairobi court on Friday ordered the reinstatement of suspended Kiambu Principal Magistrate Brian Hayemba. Hayemba, while on a sick leave, gave anticipatory bail to embattled Governor Ferdinand Waititu, who is facing a 588 million graft charge. Mr. Hayemba gave orders on May 23, 2019, by directing the Director of Public Prosecution not to arrest and or charge Mr. Waititu by giving the governor an anticipatory bond. Mr. Hayemba, who was suspended by the Chief Justice David Maraga on the 13th of June 2019 for gross misconduct, was reinstated with full benefits. He will resume duty on September the 9th.
The Employment Act 2007 does not apply because the Judicial Service Act exclusively applies to the service of judicial officers, such as the petitioner. The court has carefully examined paragraph 17.3 and the third schedule in its entirety, and there is nowhere it is enacted by Parliament that a judicial officer or other staff may or shall be suspended on nil pay. The court returns that there is no such provision, and the court has searched and researched for such provision again and again in the Judicial Service Act, but has not found it. The court therefore returns that there is no express, implied, or other provision or suggestion in the Act that the salary of a judicial officer or other staff on suspension would be withheld.
Well, from that news, we cross borders now to the United States, where at least 7 people were killed after a gunman went on a shooting rampage in West Texas on Saturday. Police say that the mass shooting, the second in the month of August, began when they stopped a car between the cities of Midland and Odessa. The gunman shot at least 21 people, including motorists and passerbys. At one point, he abandoned his car and stole a U.S. postal vehicle. The police eventually shot dead the man, who has not been named, near a cinema. The motive of the gunman, who was white and in his mid-30s, remains unclear. The shooting occurred exactly 4 weeks after 22 people were killed by another gunman in Texas city of El Paso. At least 3 of those injured on Saturday were police officers, although the police say not all of them were shot. Some were cut by glass when their car windows were hit by bullets and shattered.
At least 21 victims, 21 shooting victims, and at least 5 deceased at this point in time. An exchange of gunfire happened, and that subject is deceased at that location. This was a joint effort by just a multitude of departments to find this animal and bring him to justice.
Well, still in the States, Shiran, the man convicted of assassinating Robert F. Kennedy, has been stabbed at a California prison in U.S., media reports say. Authorities said a stabbing happened at a prison near San Diego on Friday afternoon. In a statement, the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation said, and I quote, "Officers responded quickly," end of quote, to the attack. The victim, whose condition is stable, was not named in the statement, but citing unnamed law enforcement sources, multiple U.S. media reports have identified 75-year-old Shiran as the victim. Shiran is serving a life sentence at the Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility where the stabbing took place. The suspected attacker, a fellow inmate, had been placed in isolation according to TMZ, which first reported the assault. The motive for the attack, which is under investigation, has not been revealed by officers. Now, crossing over to the Middle East, where tensions are growing high, Israel's military has said it fired into southern Lebanon after a number of anti-tank missiles targeted an Israeli army base and vehicles near the border. The Israeli army said it returned fire after missiles hit several of their targets on Sunday. According to Hezbollah, the missiles launched from Lebanon destroyed a tank, killing and wounding those inside it, AFP news agency reported. The confrontation was fueled by an occurrence when the Lebanese army opened fire at 2 of 3 Israeli drones that border the Lebanese airspace on Wednesday evening, August 28th, in the south of the country near the Israeli border. All 3 returned to Israel airspace, the army said. Israel aircraft regularly entered Lebanese airspace, but this is a rare case of the army targeting one. Beirut has repeatedly complained to the United Nations about Israel, which Lebanon considers an enemy country, breaching its airspace. A security source told Reuters that troops fired shots from M16 assault rifles. The Lebanese army does not possess air defense systems. That's according to Reuters News. Well, with that news from the Middle East, we take a short break. When we come back, today being a Monday, we want to talk politics. And politics indeed we will talk. Today we want to look at the BBI/2022 politics, and also we want to dig deep into the Hustler versus Dynasty narrative. We also have a little bit more reports to talk to you about on the Kibera by-elections. Let's now take a short break. We'll be right back after this.